difficult in these conditions, especially in the corners. You have to brake softly. And the railways were also difficult, 36 kilometers. And but yeah, the uphills are really tough, but in the downhill you have time to recover.
So what's next? Your resume continues to get more and more impressive. Obviously, you need to absorb this, and I hope enjoy it. But then what's next for you?
Next race is London Marathon next Sunday, so very big.
Next Sunday?
Yeah, next Sunday.
You're crazy, and we love it. Marcel Hug, the silver bullet, gets it done again. 6-time champion here at the Boston Marathon. Thank you, and congrats again. It's great to see you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, Sage, when you ask what's next, I'm like, you don't want to know, because it's all too soon. Susanna Scaroni, she's getting ready to come down Boylston Street and get her first championship at the Boston Marathon. We're back with the conclusion of that fantastic race when we return here on ESPN2 and WCVB.
We all define our finish lines differently, but realizing them always starts with good health. It enables us to move forward, one step at a time. It's how the fastest marathon runners in the world train to test their physical limits, then push a little further and achieve the seemingly impossible, inspiring all of us to live our fullest lives through the power of health.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
Love travel? So do some of our favorite celebrities.
I'm an expert traveler because I've traveled so much for work.
Welcome to In Transit, where we hunker down at an airport bar to chat everything from
Was in Tel Aviv.
to top travel destinations.
I like Boston. It's a really good college town.
We'll even share some ideas on how to kill time the next time you're bored at the airport.
It's time for a game. You tell me whether they are allowed on airplanes.
Oh, I'm kind of good at this. I think it's because I've seen a lot of weird people do a lot of weird things.
Yeah.
Plus, hot spots to hit in your favorite cities, so you'll have an Esquire-approved itinerary.
We source fish from all around the world.
Instead of being just a listening room, it's a hang.
The verb is an immersion into a musical experience unlike anything else.
So grab your luggage, come meet me at the bar. You won't miss your flight.
You're invited to get local. Nobody does it like we do. Very local.
This is my town.
The only streaming channel that brings you closer than ever to your hometown.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
With original series, specials.
Let's get cooking.
And all the local news you need from the hometown team you trust.
History made.
Live or on demand. At home or on the go.
I love it.
Download the free Very Local app now.
Nobody does it like we do.
Back here on the 127th Boston Marathon, a look at the men's and women's professional fields right there, and still quite a pack of the men as they went through 43:56 for 15K, which was just off the course record by about 8 seconds, at least the pace at the time by Geoffrey Mutai. Women's professional race is out there and riding along on course in the elements with the women's professional race and elite runners is Naoko Funiyama, longtime Boston reporter, member of the WCVB sports team. She is on our team. And honestly, Naoko, I thought we'd have more people for you to keep track of at this point. How's it going?
It's going great here. They're about 10 miles into the race.
It's going great. You know, the runners are looking very, very strong. They've got really good body language, very relaxed. They were running in a big pack for a while, but now they've really spread out. And some thought that the pace would be coming out of the gate very, very fast because of the fact that 15 of these runners have a personal best of under 2 hours and 21 minutes. So, I mean, this is a very stacked field. But when I spoke to Amani Bariso a couple of days ago, she said she hopes the pace isn't too fast coming out of the gate because she wants to gradually build up. And that's exactly what she's done as the leader of the pack for a good portion of this most recent part of the race, John.
Thank you, Naoko. Well, if you keep track of that as we go through, women kind of surged there in mile 7. They went for 5:08. Riding shotgun with our elite men's field, WCVP reporter, longtime Boston sports observer, covering this race more than a dozen times, Josh Brogadier. Josh, just give us a feel for what you've got here. Listen, you got nothing but alpha dogs right there running in front of you.
Alpha Dogs is a good way to describe it, John. We've got a pack of 12 here, of course, led by Eluid Kipchoge. Who else? But I'm very impressed by C.J. Albertson, who kind of falls back and then he comes ahead, and he's been neck and neck the entire time. Of course, he led for 18 miles last year. We're approaching Wellesley. I don't hear that scream tunnel yet, but I did run for a little while with members of the Wellesley Blue track and field team. They said they wanted to come out and watch the elite runners. They were going to get up early before all the screaming started to enjoy it. And we can certainly enjoy this along with them on this race. John?
Thank you. Yeah, it's going to get loud and it gets lusty when they get over the Wellesley, which will be nice. There you see the men's elite race. Meb, I'm sorry I cut you off to get to Nowco. You were saying as they went through the 10K mark.
10-mile mark.
10 miles.
There's about 10 or 12 of them. Went out 47.18. Slowed down a little bit to 4:56, which is about 2:04.01 pace, which is great.
You get the sense that they're still kind of running. Nobody's raced yet.
No, nobody has raced yet. They're still watching each other, but I think they'll be. They just went through Wesley, and we're looking forward to make probably a big move coming up.
One of the favorite things that I've heard coming into this race is C.J. Albertson describing how he does his downhill training. His treadmill does not do -2%, which you need on this course. So he puts bricks underneath his treadmill to pound on those quads. And another thing I've heard is the great Dick Beardsley used to pound his quads in training afterwards to see if that would help. He doesn't have any science behind it, and if anyone knows Dick Beardsley, they know this is kind of fun. But the way that these guys train, and it's no surprise to see C.J. Albertson up there with Kipchoge.
I know that Dick Beardsley needed to find 2 more seconds.
He did.
In the great race with Alberto Salazar.
Yes, he did.
Back in 1983, right? They ran 2:08.52 and 2:08.54, I believe is what they came through in that wonderful race there. And, there's nothing to lead me to believe, Meb, in looking at that picture, that Kipchoge's uncomfortable in the least.
No, he is looking perfect. His form is just right and in control. As you described him earlier, the alpha man is in control and looks great, and his stride looks absolutely incredible, and those other guys are taking his lead.
See Evans Chibet over on the right side, the defending champ. His teammate Benson Kipruto is there as well. Is there a way those two guys can work together, Meb, to try and maybe wear down Kipchoge, his teammates?
You know, as I was competing, those Kenyans and Ethiopians, sometimes they speak Amharic or Swahili. But the Kenyans are contingent all over there, so yes, they will work together, but the question is when.
Love that we absolutely pointed out, so you know, Eluid Kipchoge, because he's the guy you want to know, running in the States for the first time since 2014 when he won in Chicago, and he said, I am just happy to put my feet in the streets of Boston. And he has been Boston since he came a little early, but this guy has been mobbed everywhere he's gone since he's been in town. He's got a phalanx of security just because everybody wants to get a look at him. Carrie.
The energy that it takes, and you know, again, Meb, you are probably one of the first athletes that really did outside appearances when we were at big events. You are scheduled and scheduled and scheduled, but to know how much work goes into what Kipchoge has had to do this weekend besides now line up and race. I mean, his schedule's been packed.
I mean, his schedule is packed. I have to win the Boston Marathon to get the attention that people kind of connected with me. He didn't even start Hopkinton, and he was already mobbed. He's such an icon, a great leader, and an amazing legend for the sport and ambassador from globally. And that's why everybody, you know, him Running under 2 hours made him who he is, and people just want to get a picture or time with him.
And he's coming through the Scream Tunnel with the Wellesley and all the students there at Wellesley. Yeah. I'm just letting that wash over us a little bit. It is loud, and they love it. Ed and Maria. These are your people.
Well, there's a reason why it's loud, John. This is a tradition. That goes back decades. We call it the Wellesley Scream Tunnel.
And just listen to them. I mean, and that isn't, there's no script, there's no cue card being held up and said scream everyone, they just scream. This is at Wellesley College, which is right at the entrance, right on the line between Natick and Wellesley. As soon as you get into Wellesley, it's right near the halfway point. They're virtually at the halfway point of the marathon. As you just heard them pass through, it's a tunnel of noise, the hoots and hollers. The students offer high fives. I didn't see any kisses right there as they went through, but obviously this is the elite group. Wait till the other runners go through. Stand by for that. Kisses, sometimes that's not even enough. Runners get some added inspiration from Henman. Signs of encouragement. The students show off it too. It's a little lifter as you hit the halfway point, guys.
Meb, did you ever sneak off and get a kiss? There, or did the Scream Tunnel?
I did not do the kiss, but however you remember the sound of there is just a thrilling to be there and give them thumbs up, pump their chest. Is exciting. It's very enthusiastic people and want to just make you want to go faster.
You didn't go by and give a kiss to my husband sure did.
Charlie got in there?
He did.
And you're not mad, you're done.
I'm not mad at him. You go for it. This is a once-in-a-lifetime deal.
Chuck's a handsome man.
He is.
Probably had a lot of suitors along the way when he comes through there. Kipchoge right out in front, which is what the people that came to see this race want to see. Trying to add Boston to his resume to go with Tokyo, London, Berlin, Chicago. We're going to go back out to Josh, and I'm just going to hope he can hear me in this because it's loud out there. Josh?
I can hear you at this point, although we're going through Wellesley Center now, just through that Scream Tunnel. The energy level was incredible. And I should point something out. You might even be able to see rain on my lens. We've got a steady drizzle right now as we're coming through here. It has not stopped these crowds from enjoying this moment and seeing this pack come through. You're all talking about how great Eluid looks. I agree with you, but I think there are 11 other runners with him who also look very strong right now. At some point, maybe he bursts ahead, but as of right now, They're all staying together. It's a great race to watch, and I should say, I think I do have the best seat in the house, John.
Listen, I'd trade with you except for the rain. As they go through their map, 59.01 for 20K. You impressed yet?
Absolutely. This is a course record pace, still possible as they went 15. .901 at the 20K, 58. You know, the competition is starting to happen. We would not be surprised to see a possible course record.
Yeah, still very much. Much in play. Jeffrey Mutai. Jeffrey Mutai's record is also the fastest marathon ever run on American soil. Though we're not going to get into all the rules of it. Boston records are not things that could be considered world records or world best, but certainly the time is the time when you put it down. And 2:03 and change is the fastest ever run here in the United States. Kipchoge and the rest.
What a great run for the Americans here. CJ Albertson and Connor Mintz be able to be there, you know, it's just.
Pack, but he's still right there. He had a great debut marathon in Chicago, second fastest time ever by an American in a debut. He would like to get under 2:08 for sure. Take a look at the 3 box. Marcel Hoog's a champ. Who's going to join him with the elite men, the elite women? Across the line is going to be Susan Scaroni. We know she's going to get her laurel wreath. That's coming up when we come back.
Kenmore Square is as alive now as it's ever been, with an authentic mix of tradition and innovation blending into each other to form the secret sauce that makes our city special. This neighborhood, a destination, has always been where the energy of youth and passions of people drive achievement and success. You can always count on us to show you the way home.
Nobody loves where they came from more than me, Boston Rob. And I'm back for some of my favorite places in Boston and beyond. Plus explore New England in ways I never have before. So come with me as I explore places of incredible beauty and meet amazing people. This is my backyard, and I can't wait to share it with you.
Boston Rob does Beantown and beyond. Only on Very Local.
How awesome is this? That's amazing!
Get ready. Finding Adventure is back with a brand new season.
So amazing!
Let's go. I'm going to new cities and meeting new people. You ready for your aha moment?
I'm so ready for it. Won't that be fun? Holy mackerel!
who want just a little or a lot of adventure in their lives.
I'm still at awe that this is here.
Everything needs to be an adventure at this point.
So come with me, and I promise we'll laugh, we'll scream, we'll jump out of planes.
Yes.
And find out what it's like when you get up, get out, and go find adventure.
This is the longest peace and quiet I've had in like ages.
You are one of the most inspiring people I've ever met.
Thanks for bringing me along. This was great.
Finding adventure, only on Very Local.
127th Boston Marathon on ESPN2 and WCVB. We got a lot of business happening in the men's elite race and the women's elite race. They've got some time, so we're going to concentrate on the women's wheelchair, where Susanna Scaroni, in her 9th try, is about to win the Boston Marathon. Amanda, is there any potential between now and the finish line that could derail this thing?
You know, she has such a gap on the rest of the field. She's up over a mile. She could slow down. She could push one-handed across the finish line, and I think that she's still got this. And this is really her strength. This is how she won her gold medal at the Tokyo Paralympic Games. She took off hard, she took off strong, and she held that gap. We are talking about how she has grit, how she loves to do this. And in the 5K on Saturday morning, she almost finished 3rd for the men's wheelchair division. She came up along the third place group of men, and they sprinted across the line to come in ahead of her. That's how fast she is. She's out there, and she really, really just wants to test herself and to test the course and see what she can do.
Watching her come through. I mean, this has got to be really no stress. Because usually, Amanda, when you say I won by a mile, like that's hyperbole, right?
This is a literal.
She's going to win by a mile.
Absolutely. And it's so funny because she texted me this morning and said, I don't know if I'm feeling it today. And clearly, she is feeling it today. She went off hard from the start.
Or good Lord, if she's not feeling it.
Absolutely. Who knows what she's capable of when she is feeling great.
Listen, give me the difference. She was the runner-up in 2022. Like, it's only one spot from 2nd to 1st. But just the difference that is in your life and what it can mean.
You know what? For someone like Susanna, who has been on this circuit for so long, and has been trying to get these wins for such a long time, to win her first Boston, to win her 3rd major, this is so huge. She's going to be absolutely over the moon, especially because she didn't think she was strong enough. She didn't think she had it in her today.
I mean, her career is just nothing but top. Fives. And then in the last year, starting in Chicago and New York and now here, finally that top step of the podium.
Absolutely. It took her a little bit longer to break through. But when she did, she was ready. She was experienced. She knew the courses. She knew her strength. She knew her competitors. And she's here. She is a serious force to contend with.
And she'd won marathons before. She'd won in Los Angeles. A couple of times. I love people in Duluth. She'd won grandmas, but this is a different level. There's a reason they call them platinum races.
There is. The fields here the level of competition that you get here is it's like no other race. And Boston is the race. All around the world, even people who don't run marathons know the Boston Marathon. So to be able to call yourself the Boston Marathon champion is huge. And here she is, all alone by herself. Not a chance anyone else is going to catch her.
She has only got a few 100 meters more. Means she's only got to pass one more Dunkin' Donuts.
You can see it. You can see the smile on her face. She knows she has it.
Hey, you don't need me. I'm going to let this wash over. Wash over me, and I'm going to let you call your friend home as she wins the Boston Marathon. Take it.
So excited to call my friend, my teammate, Susanna Scaroni, the 2023 Boston Marathon.